name is Vanessa Camilleri. I am a lecturer at the Department of Artificial Intelligence at the Faculty of ICT, University of Malta. At the moment, we are currently working on virtual reality, so a different form of reality to what we experience. Virtual reality has many forms. We try to include the idea of games, but also the idea of learning, changing behavior of humans, and trying to use this technology to improve the quality of life of individuals. So this is what I do from my end. What do you do?
So my name is Claudia Borg, and I am also working at the Department of AI, Artificial Intelligence, with the Faculty of ICT. And my field is specifically natural language processing, which means that we look at software that can in some way try to understand or generate natural language, which is what we speak, Maltese, English, or any other language.
What inspired you to get into this field, Claudia?
Okay, so that's quite a long story, but I'll try to make it brief. Basically, I was a late boomer, so I came in quite late into university. I was around 26, and before that I had just gone to a friend to try my hand at programming, and I was doing it just out of curiosity. And I found out that actually I am good at this, and I actually love doing it. I found it so straightforward. So that immediately inspired me, like, oh wow, this is actually not that difficult to take up. I decided to come to university. I did my undergraduate degree, and it was actually in my second year. There was a course in computational linguistics, and I realized that this is something that for me, artificial intelligence is really encompassing, sort of this challenge of making a machine understand our language when we ourselves, when we speak to each other, misunderstand each other so easily. It just inspired me, and I was like, okay, this is the area I want to work in. How about for yourself?
In my case, I think I started to work in this area before I even knew I wanted to get into ICT. I come from a sciences background. My first degree was in education, in chemistry education, so it was a completely different field. However, back in those days, and I'm talking about the late 1990s, I had decided that I wanted to, I was a gamer, I always loved playing games, okay? And I decided that despite everything, okay, my science career, okay, I wanted to create something. I not only wanted to play games, but I wanted to create games. So back in those days, I designed my first game, which was inspired by a physics environment. It was a 2D platformer, and this is and this was my first attempt at actually creating games. Late 1990s. Following that, I started to get my hands on different IT areas, so I started with web design, then followed on by programming, then I did my master's here at the University of Malta, and finally my PhD, where I specialized more into this area of human to computer interaction, where I studied more about how technology, what we do, how games, immersive technologies, virtual realities, augmented realities, can all help change, modify human behavior. So this is an area which is very interesting to me.
What message would you give to girls and women today who are maybe considering different options and might consider to take up IT and computing?
The first message that I would give is this. we're both testimonials of the fact that we didn't really start into ICT, but we moved towards ICT. And the reason is because we found an area that is exciting, innovative, that helps us be who we really want to be in our work, you know. And I think the message is try to find the area that you would like to grow in, because this is where a person comes out, where a person grows. And forget stereotypes, forget the ideas that you might have, the perceptions that you might have that IT is maybe a man's word, or that the jobs are very stereotypical with, you know, isolated and so on. Do what you feel makes you feel best. And I think that IT has such a potential of such a different variety of jobs that mixes not just the development aspect and the programming aspect, but also the creativity, the arts, the humanities, how humans behave, the psychology of people. I think ICT today is all of this rolled into one. Artificial intelligence brings this all together. So do consider that.
And from my side, it was very similar, but one of the things that actually encouraged me to take IT was that when I actually sat down and thought about it, I said, wow, this is a type of job that, you know, if I get bored working in one industry, I can easily switch to another industry. And if there comes a time as well where I need to work from home, it is also doable. And when I saw this flexibility of working in IT, it sort of encouraged me even more to go for this type of job. That was at the time when I was still thinking that eventually I would work in industry. I still had no idea that I would end up in academia and in research.